The wife looks at her husband and calmly says, "I want a divorce." The husband is completely shocked. He can't process what he just heard because for him, everything was normal. He asks her, "What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?" But she stays serious. Then she says something that breaks him even more. She tells him that she doesn't love him anymore and that she loves someone else and wants to spend her life with that person. At this point, the husband feels completely shattered. He starts thinking, was everything a lie? All these years, did they mean nothing? The situation quickly turns emotional. Arguments begin, voices get heavier, and then she says something even more painful. She claims that their marriage was never her choice, that it was forced, and now she doesn't want to continue it anymore. Now imagine this, a man who truly loved his wife, hearing all of this in just a few moments. He feels hurt, confused, even angry, because from his perspective, this feels like pure betrayal. Things move forward, and eventually, they reach a lawyer. Without hesitation, the wife signs the divorce papers. At this point, it really looks like the relationship is over. But this is where the real story begins. Later, when she talks to the lawyer in private, the truth finally comes out. Everything she said before was not the real reason. In reality, she was suffering from a serious illness, and she knew that her time and health were uncertain. She didn't want her husband to go through that pain. She didn't want him to watch her suffer, and she definitely didn't want his future to be destroyed because of her condition. So what did she do? She made a decision, a painful one. She decided to turn herself into the bad person in his story, so that he would hate her, so that letting go would become easier for him. Think about that for a second. She chose to break her own relationship, just to protect the person she loved. No explanations, no sympathy, just silent sacrifice. She even requested the lawyer not to tell her husband the truth, ever, because in her mind, if he knew the reality, he would never move on. But fate had something else planned. When the husband eventually finds out the truth, everything changes. His anger disappears. His pain turns into something deeper, something real. And then he says something that defines true love. "I'm not the kind of person who walks away in difficult times, because real love isn't about staying only when things are easy. It's about standing beside someone, especially when life gets hard." Sometimes, what looks like betrayal is actually the purest form of love and sacrifice. So before judging someone's actions, make sure you understand their story, because not everything is as simple as it seems.